How are y'all doing today? Today I'm here to teach y'all about how to get the most out of your exercise routine, because I know it would be nice to actually feel like you're getting the results after you put in some hard work. I know that also a lot of people have misconceptions about the right way to go about these things. The most important thing is recovery. So after you hit a workout for a specific muscle group, you want to give yourself 2 to 3 days, around 48 to 72 hours before you hit that same muscle group again. For example, if you go and you hit arms, you don't want to hit arms again for another 2 days. You do your other muscle groups in between those days, and you just rotate throughout the week. I know I made the mistake when I first started working out, trying to go 6, 7 days a week, not taking rest days, trying to see how much I could hit each muscle group per week, and that is definitely the wrong way to go about it. According to Mike Robertson, a certified strength and conditioning coach, if you don't wait 48 hours minimum between your groups, you're not really going to gain any progress. He said it's not about how hard you work out, but about how hard you can recover from your workouts. And I think that's a very important takeaway from this. Also, aside from post-workout recovery, even during the workouts, you want to give yourself at least 60 seconds between each workout, all the way up to 3 minutes, maybe even 4 minutes if your workouts are for strength instead of hypertrophy. And then once you leave the gym, you want to make sure you're getting enough sleep so your muscles can actually rebuild themselves after you put them through stress. And according to health.com, without sleeping 7 to 8 hours, you're missing out on a vital role in the repair process. Once you're making sure that you're taking the time in between muscle groups, taking the days off that you need, and getting proper rest, the next portion of this that you need to make sure you're paying attention to is your nutrition. You want to make sure that you're getting a proper daily intake of protein, because that is key to building the muscles, because they need something to actually supplement them to grow. And according to a scholarly article on a systematic review of protein intake, as you increase your daily intake, it enhances the lean body mass along with growing the muscle. You build muscle, but you also burn some fat. Sports Medicine Journal says that protein is essential for accelerating the muscle recovery process, especially with the proper balance of this nutrition. So you want to make sure that you have a good balance of protein, fats, and carbs. You don't want to just eat protein, and I know I made that mistake of just eating as much protein as I could, and it really just ends up in a stomach ache, and you still aren't getting the gains that you need. You want to make sure you have some healthy fats, some starches, some carbs, so that way your body can build muscle, but also recover in other ways to make sure that your body is just getting a good balance of everything. And I know most people would agree that it would be nice to feel like you're putting in the work in the gym and you're yielding the results. So you have to make sure that you're putting in equal work outside of the gym, so that way you can actually get what you need from the workouts you've been putting in. So you want to make sure you're resting. You want to make sure you're not going too hard in the gym. You want to make sure you're feeding your body the things that it needs. These are key building blocks to make sure you're actually getting results. And it's also just important to make sure that when you begin, just the beginning of your workout journey, you don't want to just go in there and go as hard as you can and do all these workouts you've seen online. You want to start slow. You want to start small. You don't want to overstrain yourself, because that'll just lead to injury. You'll be out of the gym. You won't even be able to make progress because you're injured and you can't get back in there for a while. So that's definitely not something you want to do. So as long as you take some of these things away from this, you'll be good, and you'll be able to make the progress that you want. And if you start now, you might even be looking way different in the next 2-3 months. You just got to make sure you follow these key building blocks: recovery, nutrition, and paying attention to the workouts you're doing, and making sure you're doing the proper intensity that your body's ready for. And if you do that, you'll be good.